see what we can do. So on the bottom here, there's a little rubber gasket. That's really important, that's kept clean. Let's see how that feels. Oh, that's a lot smoother. First thing you do, always make sure that the plug is in. Turning that little grub screw there, just to undo it. Rubber gloves good, just to try and get a bit of friction. Oh yeah. There you go. That's the little cover off. Isolate. Both the hot and the cold. Get the remaining water out, if there's any. So on the bottom here, there's a little rubber gasket. That's really important, that's kept clean, because it's this here which seals the water. You've got your hot, your cold, and your mix. And have a look inside, equally so. Make sure that that plate in there is nice and clean. Now, there's not a huge amount you can do with these. I can feel where I've sprayed, but it's got to get inside there, importantly, to try and lubricate. Feels really nice. That feels really smooth. When you put it back in, make sure that these two locating pins are seated correctly. Now sometimes I've had a bit of luck with just loosening this lock nut. Not too much that it obviously leaks, you don't want that. But you don't want it too tight that it's causing stress on this little valve here. So I'm going to put this back on. And don't over tighten. It's always good to hold the spanner right at the bottom here so you don't get too much leverage. That way there's less chance of you over tightening. Now, let's see how that feels. Oh, that's a lot smoother, a lot smoother. So, if I can now turn the water on and it doesn't leak, that's pretty successful. Let's try it and see. Let's turn the water back on. Make sure it's in line. Make sure there's no leaks here. Sometimes these valves, if they haven't been used for a while, can leak. So I don't see any leaks, which is good. And importantly, let's see how we are. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Sounds a lot better, it's a lot smoother. And more sweet. Pretty successful. In fact, what I'm going to do is put a little bit of spray on this because it was quite tricky to take off. That way it'll be easier for the next time. lastly, the little cover. Pretty good. Don't see any leaks. Check it one more time. I like to check the valves down here, make sure there's nothing leaking. And you are all sorted.